to paint a picture for you. It's an annual award ceremony, a ceremony dedicated to excellence in games and rewarding that excellence. It's called the Game Awards. Except the awards only make up 20% of the ceremony. Hello, I am Molly, and in case it's not clear, I'm a Game Awards hater. I am just so tired of watching the Game Awards that should be used to celebrate the amazing, incredible people making the games that we know and love. And it just be about Jeff Keighley the entire time, and about how good it can make him look. How many celebrities can be on stage, how many big reveals can he get in. And bearing in mind, he literally does the Summer Games Fest now, where, you know, that's all reveals, that's all game trailers. So why are we also now using an award show that should be celebrating people in games to do reveals and trailers and all this? Why don't we just also do the Winter Games Fest? And as you can tell, I was so annoyed by all of this that I scripted and am making a whole video on it. Because the Game Awards 2023 was absolutely just... I think the most obvious thing we should start with, that I felt like filled up my entire Twitter timeline on the night of the awards, was the amount of time the award winners got, or lack of it, and the amount of time everything else got. The show is literally called the Game Awards, and I just rename it to the Game Reveals because that's basically what it was. So I had enough time on my hands that I sat down and I took the time to work out how much time each like sort of section of the show got for it, because like I have a point to prove in all this. This is very scientific. I split the show into like 5 different categories of time, and the first one was awards and acceptance speeches. The second was reveals, trailers, ads. The third was what I have titled Jeff Keighley chatting shit with random celebrities and also puppets. 4 was musical performances, and then just a miscellaneous category for just anything else that didn't fit into all those other categories. Just like intros, segues, that kind of stuff. So let us start with the first section, the awards and the acceptance speeches. Arguably the most important and prominent part of an awards show. That made up a total of 44 minutes and 11 seconds of the 3 hours, 39 minutes and 10-second runtime of the show. That is 20% of the show. It's 20% of the show. It's 20% of the show. It's 20%. 20% of the whole show. But regardless, this will get more context. And also I want to point out that I was very generous with the award times. I timed the awards from being the moment the award was announced to the winner then walking off stage. So I was very generous of how I timed this. Let that be noted. We'll get more into the lack of time the award winners got in a minute. But one of the first things that happened on the show was the beloved voice actor Christopher Judge, who plays Kratos in God of War, who won, I believe, Best Voice Actor last year. He came out to present the first award of the night, and when he did so, they made a little jokey joke and played like the outro music.
Good evening, everybody. It is such a pleasure to be back here. I have such great memories of last year, Mr. Pacino, forgetting to thank my wife. Mother... All right, I get it.
To basically make fun of his speech from last year, which went on, I believe, for about 6 minutes. Which, yes, fairly long for an award speech, I get that. And honestly, I was fine with this the first time that I watched the show because it was the first award of the night. Little tee-hee, little ha-ha, you know? But then when I was watching it back this time, it pissed me off so much because I now know that was how it was going to go for every single award winner that night. It was all going to be like that. It was all going to be music playing them out, music getting rid of them. Like, it was no longer a little jokey joke. It was now, it felt rude. Like, I know it was a joke, but it just felt rude considering how the show actually went. It made me sad, it made me mad, and I just, honestly, I just cringed because, like, it's an award show. Putting that aside and that little jokey joke, hee ha ha that they made, the winners of the awards for their acceptance speeches were given a total of 30 seconds to give their acceptance speeches. They actually had a countdown prompt in front of them, like on a monitor, at the back of the room. They count down for 30, and then at the end of that 30 seconds, it was just a big text that said wrap it up. And people are allowed, it's the Game Awards. I'm going to say that a lot in this video, but it's the Game Awards. People should be allowed to thank their teams and their families, like, that they love and that they worked with, and they deserve that. That's the whole point of the awards, is rewarding people for doing amazing work, and so they deserve to recognize themselves for that and recognize their teams and whoever else they want to in their speeches. And some awards were just completely rushed over and mushed together. In the middle, they announced like 5 awards all at once, one after the other. And I know this is like a common thing for award ceremonies where they'll like rush certain awards and announce a whole bunch at once. But this was just so tiring to watch after seeing every other award also get rushed. The award winners would literally get up on stage and they'd like say one sentence and then there'd be like outro music playing them out. And to be fair to some of the award winners, they did try and just speak over the outro music, but then people would just sort of like shun them off stage. And it's like, no, the whole point of this ceremony is that we are here. Oh, anyway, moving on. That leads us on to the biggest chunk of the entire show, the largest portion, at 3 hours, 39 minutes and 10 seconds. Bearing in mind that the awards themselves were only 44 minutes, 3 hours goes to the second section, reveals, trailers, and advertisements. The many reveals, trailers, and advertisements. And like, don't get me wrong, I love seeing wonderful games people have made and be shown, and I love the feeling of community that comes through like seeing a game for the first time and then getting on Twitter, getting on Instagram, getting on TikTok, and like everybody talking about it, everybody being excited for it. I love that. But also, like I said earlier, we have the Summer Games Fest. Why not just also do a Winter Games Fest? If you want to do 2 reveal things a year, just have 2 of those. Why are we... This is the Game Awards! Just a personal opinion. It just feels very egotistical of Jeff Keighley to host this giant awards ceremony and then not make it about awarding the games and the people within the games industry that actually have been working so hard, and to instead to just bring like trailer after trailer and celebrity after celebrity and reveal after reveal, so that everyone thinks he's great. Like, yay, Jeff Keighley, thank you. I'm so glad that you could give us all these new games. Show us them. Yay, thank you, Jeff. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of Hideo Kojima games. Death Stranding 1 is like one of my favorite games of all time. Anyone that knows me will tell you that. But the man got a total of 7 minutes and 1 second in the middle of the show, dedicated just to him, when each award winner got 30 seconds of time. And like, I wouldn't mind him having 7 minutes. I wouldn't mind Jeff Keighley giving him 7 minutes if it also meant that the award winners could get an equal amount of time. You know, just give them a little slice of the pie. It's absolutely ridiculous. Imagine if the Oscars was like that. Like just movie trailers in between the awards, or the movie trailers take up more time than the awards themselves. Just like presenter comes out and is like, hold up, we can't announce Best Actress yet. We've got a reveal for you. New Disney movie on the way. It just wouldn't happen because it's the Oscars. It's the Academy Awards. The Academy Awards ceremony. You see what we're doing here? The Academy Awards, the Game Awards. I rest my case. On to the third, and also my least favorite section, that I have lovingly called Jeff Keighley chatting shit with celebrities and also puppets. Yeah, puppets. So this made up 13 minutes and 57 seconds, which was just Jeff bringing a Hollywood celebrity on stage and having a chat with them. So how I determined this was like any celebrities that came out to present awards, I included that in the awards section. Any celebrities that came out to announce a game, that went in the game reveal section. This was literally just whenever Jeff Keighley was having a little chat with a celebrity for no reason. That's what this section was. And it's like, fine, I love that Hollywood celebrities are getting more involved in games. I love that because games need, like, it's an amazing medium. It's, people call it playable movies all the time. It brings exposure, it brings money, it makes gaming a more palatable form of media to the general public. However, presenting awards, sure, maybe helping to announce games they're in, but these celebrities got a whole spotlight that the award winners did not get. And it just feels almost disrespectful to be giving more praise to people that don't really have anything to do with our industry whatsoever, and like giving them a chance to talk about their game and what they're doing, whilst award winners who have crafted very patiently and diligently for years get 30 seconds. And it also is that worrying thing of like, when you put such a spotlight on Hollywood actors being in games, it then means there is more pressure for games companies to hire Hollywood celebrities to be in their games or to voice a character in their games, meaning less work for voice actors that have been in the industry for forever, and B, also a lot more money going to Hollywood actors than to like the people making the games, because now that's going to be like the poll for games. If you keep making it such a big deal, stop it. There was also I put this in here because I just found it so ridiculously funny. There was also a section of the show where Jeff just talked to a puppet for like 2-3 minutes. Like a literal, like he talked to a puppet. He brought out Gonzo from Sesame Street. Like Gonzo from Sesame Street. Which they teased, by the way, on Twitter the day before the awards ceremony. And even then I was like, what the fuck's going on? Why is fucking Gonzo here?
I've been saying it all night, but it really has been an outstanding year for gaming. And now to talk about some of the biggest games, it's a pleasure to welcome from the Muppets, that's right, the great Gonzo.
Oh, thank you. Hey, Jeff, it's great to be here. Hello, everybody.
Hey, buddy, thanks for coming. Looks like you're kind of wearing what I'm wearing.
Yeah, it's like looking in a mirror, isn't it?
The only note I have, for this was, why the fuck is Gonzo here? Who decided that? And what was the whole bit they did? He talked about chickens for 2 minutes. What the fuck is going on? And that's just the whole note I had for that. And so I just had to mention it. Because why the fuck, I stand by it. Why the fuck was Gonzo there? Why the fuck? Someone please in the comments tell me why the fuck was Gonzo there. Because maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed why this random puppet was there. Maybe I missed it. So someone please share with me if you have any insider knowledge on it. Maybe I'm missing it. Maybe he's really big into gaming. I don't know. I'd have been happy if Elmo was there personally, but that's just a personal choice. So the fourth section that I measured was the musical performances, which is the shortest section at 10 minutes and 15 seconds. And I loved it. I loved these performances. I thought they were incredible. Like, audio is this was like the one thing that the Game Awards did right. Audio is such a huge part of gaming. Music is such a huge part of gaming. And so I just love that it was included. And additionally, like, who doesn't like the Alan Wake 2 dance? Like, the Old Gods of Asgard was so good, and Sam Lake having won his award and then coming back on to the dance was amazing. He actually got more time on stage doing the dance than he did for the award he accepted. But moving on to the final section, the fifth section, and also like the most boring one, which is why I left it till last, which is like the introductions and miscellaneous category, where just everything else went. And it made up 20 minutes and 10 seconds. So now we've gone through all the award timings and sections and stuff. I just want to recap on the timings of each section so we can really get a bigger picture on what happened. So we had the awards and acceptance speeches, at the Game Awards, which was 44 minutes and 11 seconds. Then we had the reveals, the ads, the trailers, which made up 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 37 seconds. Then we have Jeff Keighley chatting shit with celebrities and puppets, which was 13 minutes and 57 seconds. Musical performances, which were 10 minutes and 15 seconds, and then the intros and miscellaneous segues and stuff, 20 minutes and 10 seconds. So percentage-wise of the show runtime, that meant the awards made up 20% of the show, 20.16 to be exact. The reveals and trailers made up 59.6% of the show. 60% of the show was trailers and reveals at the Game Awards. Jeff Keighley chatting shit with puppets was 6.37%. The musical performances was 4.68%, and then the intros and miscellaneous stuff was 9.2%. So yeah, 20% of the Game Awards was awards. 20% of the Game Awards was awards. 60% was trailers and reveals. So chillin'. I do also want to talk about a few things outside like the total time of the awards and outside the ceremony itself. And the first is how the future class is and were treated for the Game Awards. If you don't know, like the future class is basically Game Awards' way of recognizing people within the gaming industry from all over the world who are driving like diversity and excellence in gaming. And they pick people every year. You can apply for someone. The future class is basically meant to be like the Game Awards chosen members of the games industry and who are representative of the future of gaming. And with this, you would think that something really amazing could be done here. Like something could be done for the people working so hard to make the games industry better, a grant, a bonus, have them be more involved in the awards, have them presenting awards, have them featured at the awards, maybe like a photo or something. To be fair, they did feature, I believe, 2 members of the future class, but that's it. That was it. I think there's like a dozen members, maybe more, and they featured 2 at the awards. Like, you could get them involved, you could show them off, you could have people talk a little bit about their projects and what they're doing. Even just be like, hey, we have the future, like, you literally could just be like, hey, we have the future class. Go to this website to check them out, make sure they're the future of gaming. Nada, none of that. But all they offered was like a ticket admission to the awards ceremony. But the whole point of the future class is that it is people all over the world. And so the majority of the people that make it into the future class live outside of LA. How are they meant to get there? How are they getting there? How are they meant to get there? How are they meant to get there? Like, why wouldn't, like, you have a chance to do something so wonderful there and cover the flight costs for the future class so they can all be at the Game Awards and they can all be there and it can be a really like community-based camaraderie thing. But it's literally just an honor, I guess. Like, I think they get a few classes and stuff and you get to be part of a Discord. But from what I can gather, it's literally just an honor to be a part of it, which again is very egotistical in my books. To just think of it as an honor just to be named by Jeff Keighley. I know it's not Jeff Keighley picking it, it's probably like a big board of people, but to be named for Jeff Keighley's Game Awards future class. Look at how generous I am. Like, what, mate? No, go do something to help people. Go do something to help the gaming industry. I also saw on Instagram, I think the night of the ceremony, an image posted by one of the future class members who did go. And I tried really hard to find it, but it's lost in the Instagram archive somewhere. So don't take this as fact. This is just what I remember seeing. And it was a future class member who was able to attend, posted their view of the ceremony, of the stage, and it was just completely obstructed the entire time. So even the one thing they gave out, a ticket to the ceremony, was just bad. Like, even that doesn't celebrate the excellence of games. Another thing to mention is that unless you were living under a rock, you also probably noticed in 2023 that how many layoffs there were in games, how many companies let people go. It was devastating. There were all these thousands and thousands of people who now did not have a way to pay their bills. And Jeff just didn't even acknowledge it. Not even just like a reference to it. Not even just a really sorry that this has happened. It's been a rough year for our industry. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, just didn't even acknowledge it. Like, it just infuriates me, because what is Jeff Keighley really doing for the games industry, all in all? Like, what is he doing? Like, the Game Awards have done nothing for the future class. Jeff is doing nothing to support the games industry, especially now that there are so many companies downsizing and laying people off. And as far as I can tell, he has done nothing for the games industry or the people in it throughout his entire career in gaming. And then at the awards ceremony, he won't even let the people who should be celebrated thank their teams on stage. Like, it just makes me so mad. The games industry is so big and so varied and so wonderful, and all these people deserve to be celebrated, but instead they're getting laid off and rushed off stage when they are being supposedly celebrated. And this was a chance for Jeff to truly recognize these individuals who are being awarded, and recognize the individuals who have had to leave the industry against their will. These individuals who make this wonderful form of media so great. And he just didn't. He just made it about how many reveals and how many high profile people he could bring out on stage. And it's just so maddening. Like, I do not get it. But don't worry, Jeff Keighley, he saw the tweets, he saw the articles people wrote about it. He saw how people weren't happy. He saw how they weren't happy with the amount of time that winners were given. So you would think he would address it. And he did. By the way, I do agree that the music was played too fast for award winners this year, and I asked a team to relax that rule as the show went on. While no one was actually cut off, it's something to address going forward. That was it. One tweet. That's all we get. One tweet. All good. Gone now. Anyway. Anyway, my hope for this year's Game Awards is that Jeff Keighley takes all this criticism on board, and I really hope he does more for the future class. And like, I want to say that I know the Game Awards is not just Jeff. I know it's not all on him. I know it's like a team of people. It's a team of organizers doing the awards. It's a team of organizers leading up to it. It's not all him. But he has done it so that his face is on the hypothetical billboard for this thing. And so it's his job to make sure that it all goes smoothly, to make sure that he does right by the games industry. And it's also just really frustrating to see someone who has so much power to do something good in the games industry just do absolutely nothing besides just gaining more fame for himself. Go off. What else is new? I'm intrigued to see what the Summer Games Fest brings, and what the next Game Awards brings, and whether there'll be any changes to them. We'll see. Maybe like they'll do something really spicy and like add a woman or something, you know, something really daring. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna stop being sarky now, and just, if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, maybe subscribe and stuff. Follow me on socials. It really does mean more than I could say. Feel free to leave your comments down below, because maybe you completely disagree. Maybe you thought the Game Awards was amazing. Maybe you thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. So please feel free to let me know, you know, comment down below, let me know, maybe I'm wrong. And I really hope you're having a lovely rest of your week, and I hope you have a great